Fix It Tony here. Thanks for clicking on the video. So we have the Ram back and it is now repaired, and we're having to do this at night. Fortunately, I had to work all day today, and I'm not going to have time to do another video or an oil change anytime soon because I'm going to Texas to watch my son graduate from basic training for the Air National Guard. So anyway, went ahead and took it into the shop. I know if you guys watched my previous video, we were going to just see what we can do about pulling this out. It was horrible. We ended up cutting out the panel and realizing that the whole inner apron was smashed. You know, it was just such a weird hit. The way it hit it, it pushed the whole hinge into the apron and bent the whole apron. So unfortunately, it had to go to the body shop. $9,000 later, our truck is done. It looks very good. They did a great job. They ended up having to replace the whole uniside, the inside of the apron, take the dashboard out, take the windshield out, replace the door, replace the fender, the liner. A whole lot of stuff had to be replaced, unfortunately, for something that was such a low-speed accident. It's just, horrible. Anyway, it's back now. We're going to be taking it on our trip, so before we go, I wanted to get the oil change done. We were actually working on, if you recall, the Hemi tick on this, and I'll remote start it and show you. It's cold right now, and show you we don't have a tick anymore. As soon as it decides to remote start here. Just thinking about it. I think for some reason we're disabled. Oh, you know what it is? We have the hood open. So we'll close the hood. I think that's one of the things about these computers and these. They don't let you do anything you want nowadays. See, now it's turning on. So no more ticky. So we're good there. But we're going to go to get her into the truck, get this thing drained, and get our oil change done here. Alrighty, so these are just have the 13 millimeter here. Break her loose and then take her loose. Again, I'm doing this on the floor. I actually don't have my lift in place right now because we're getting ready to go on the trip. So I really didn't want to set the lift just to do an oil change. So I've been doing quite a few oil changes on the ground again. It's just also to show you guys this is totally doable on the ground. It's not a big deal. It's not required. It makes things easier, but 100% not required. So I just get this oil plug off here. Try not to make a giant mess. And there we go. Nice dirty oil. We'll open up oil filter, see what that looks like. But we definitely doing some cleaning. I've had this truck since it was new. It has about 140,000 miles on it. Never given me a problem with the engine. So anyway, we'll let this drain and get ready to get this very fun to get out filter out. Okay, so these are kind of a messy oil filter. You can see it. This is from the front. This is the easiest way to get it if you're going to be on the ground. And you can just get in there, get a tool to loosen her up. If you can't get it by hand, which this one's being a little more difficult, so we'll just go ahead and stick the wrench in there. Again, this is always fun trying to do this one-handed and trying to video, but I want to show you guys how I do it. Sometimes people want to put all this, plastic and stuff like that. As long as you're level, it doesn't make, it makes a mess, but it's not like a crazy mess. This thing, sometimes you can get a good grip on it. I don't know why this one's so tight. I don't remember putting it on there this tight, but it's been on there for a little while. So anyway, one more turn. All right, should be able to get it by hand now. So what's going to happen is it's going to drop through here. If we're lucky, it'll just drop straight down. The oil will. But again, we'll see how lucky we are. I should be able to loosen it, and we'll start loosening some oil here in a second. And see how the oil comes straight down. So if you let it come straight down like that, it's not so bad. It's messy, but it's not horrible. You can see the way it's dropping down there. Sorry, I know it's dark, so it's hard to see, but it's right there. So we're going to get this off the rest of the way, because trying to do this in one hand is too difficult. Alright, so we'll try to get this out of here without making a ginormous mess, but they are entertaining. You see how much oil starts to drop. What I'm do is just let it spill out as much as I can before I pull it over this cross member, because I don't want it spilling all over the place right here if I don't have to, because it's just more to clean up. So anyway, that is that. We'll just go ahead and make sure the O-ring came off, the gasket came off with it correctly. Get ready to put our new filter on. So you can see the easiest way is to just come in through the front. People like to come from the back area. It's easier from this side. This is a four-wheel drive with air suspension, which allows me to raise the suspension to do this type of work, which also makes it a little bit easier. And then we have a little bit of drippage here, which isn't horrible. We'll get underneath here and wipe it all down, and we'll be good to go. Move up and add some oil. And pinch this thing a little bit much, so it's kind of stuck in there. But no glitter in here. We're looking good. No major issues there. Nothing really to report. Looks normal. Alright, we'll pour our filter out here and take a look. See if we got anything crazy going on inside. Oop, lost the gasket. This looks pretty good. If you guys watched my previous video on the Avalanche, that thing was full of stuff. This really didn't have much in it. So, trying not to make a mess, but not accomplishing that. Try to keep my filters separate so I can, when I go to send this to the recycler, it goes to the right place. So, didn't really want that falling in there like that. Just pull it out there, but really nothing to report. It looks like everything, the oil is really dirty, so it looks like everything was suspended in the oil. So it did its job. I've had this truck since new, and I think that's what the difference. These other vehicles I've been working on, I haven't had them since they were new, so I don't know the maintenance history. But this one, I know I've done oil changes on a regular basis with a good quality synthetic. So not a lot to do in there, but there was obviously some varnish, and that was causing the Hemi tick. It was causing issues with the lifters on these trucks. So it did fix that. So let's go add oil and finish this up. All right, so looking inside the engine, it's hard to move around in here, but it is really good looking. I don't see any varnish. That's one of the push rods right there. Can't get too far in there, but you get a generalized idea. That thing's pretty spotless inside. So we'll get her filled up. We usually put about 7.5 quarts because we let it drain for a little bit, and we'll go and reset our light. Okay, so we're in the truck here, and we're just going to go ahead and go right over to vehicle maintenance. We went a long time on this one, actually 8,000 miles. I usually don't go that far. We went on a long trip, so unfortunately we had to do that. So we're just going to push this and hold this button here. Oh, sorry, we have to do this in the off position, I forgot. So anyway, let's try again. You can also, on the Dodges, hit the gas pedal 3 times within 30 seconds. Turn that off because we're gonna get tagged for copyright violation. Got tail light out, that's interesting. Ready, we're gonna hold the button right here down, and we'll get the okay. Good, and boom. We're all reset. We'll check our oil level. All right, we already wiped this off. So now we'll actually take a look and see where we are. And boom. Ship at a touch over 7 quarts. We'll push right on the money. So we're good to go there. And good. So perfect. We had the truck all wrapped up here. I think the jury's in. Valvoline Restore and Protect. If you have a varnish issue, it's causing the Hemi tick, it fixes that problem. If you have a mechanical issue, meaning let it idle for long periods of time, you use crappy quality oil, and you have mechanical wear, that's a whole nother story. But this was caused by varnish that just slowly builds up over time. So we're free of that now. It's running good. Truck looks good. Our emblems are in order. Again, we had to have the whole side redone on this truck, unfortunately. On our last road trip, I hit something. If you want to see in the previous video, there's another video in the history. And speaking of that, 99% of you guys watching this video right now are probably not subscribed. It helps me out a tremendous amount. As you can see, I'm working at night because I have a full-time job during the day. And I really like doing these videos to show you how to do this stuff and do these testing and stuff like that for you. And it motivates me to do it when I have more subscribers, and it makes sense for me. So please hit the subscribe, the new hype button that's on there, hit that too, because that's been helping me too with YouTube. So thanks again for watching, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you with the next one.